I had the worst withdrawal ever about 15 years ago in a detox center in Southeast Arkansas, and I'm going to tell you guys the story. Let's get into it. So, my name's Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in long-term recovery, and I love to talk about drugs, addiction, recovery, and so much more. Let's talk about my worst withdrawal experience ever. So, I had just gotten totally revocated by my probation officer. She was like, I'm sending you to rehab first. If you come back out of rehab and you get high, girl, I'm sending you to the penitentiary. So a lot was standing on this, right? I needed to go in here and I needed to get sober and I needed to change my life and come out a different person. So I went in with the mindset that that's what I was going to do. I was going to change my life. I was going to do everything they told me to do. But you know, I had to go out with a bang, honey. So I was doing opioids, I was doing meth, I think I did some crack, I was taking Xanax. I was loaded to the brim when I got there to the treatment center. It was South Arkansas Substance Abuse Center in El Dorado, Arkansas. And I didn't even make it 24 hours in that detox center before I was running to the bathroom because all of a sudden my bowels became uncontrollable. And I shat from my bed all the way to the toilet. I ran to the toilet, shat the rest of the shit out of me, and then got up and started trying to frantically wipe this diarrhea shit off the floor. And of course, I was crying my eyes out. And that's when my roommate, who had pretty much been silent since I got there, arose from her slumber. And she was like, girl, stop. Don't worry. I'm going to get the nurse. It's okay. The same thing happened to me. I'll never forget that girl. Her name was Elsie. And we became great friends for those 30 days that I was in treatment. So the nurse came and she cleaned it up. But let me tell you guys, that withdrawal was so fucking brutal. And that's like the first time I ever really experienced really bad, hardcore opioid withdrawal. Because up until that point, I had really been able to keep myself stocked on opioids and hadn't really had to go through like a full withdrawal experience. Luckily for me, they did give me some medication, no Suboxone. But they gave me Ativan and something else that kind of helped ease my anxiety and made me feel a little sleepy, so that helped me. But for about 3 days, it was brutal. Brutal. You're probably wondering, well, girl, did you graduate treatment and go back and change your life? And the answer to that question is, fuck no. I graduated the treatment center. I stayed the whole time. I'm really good at complying. I've done that all my life. I never leave treatment early. I always stay the whole amount of time. But when I got out of treatment, I went right back to the people, places, and things that kind of helped me land myself in the situation I was in the first place. And the next month when I went to go test at my probation officer, I failed. My UA was dirty, and so she revocated me and put a warrant out for my arrest. And I had to turn myself in, paid that warrant, and was out for another 30 days before I went to court in November. And I'll never forget it. I had like 4 to 6 bars of Xanax in my little pea coat pocket. And when that judge hit that gavel and said, you're going to prison, I took them bars, threw them back, swallowed them dry, and went and slept for 3 days straight in treatment in the jail, county jail. I woke up in withdrawal. I was really fucking sick. But you know, one thing about county jail withdrawal for me, in my experience, I can handle it so much better because I know that I can't leave. And so the psychological part of knowing that I can't leave and I can't get out and get substances helps the withdrawal and the detox process. It's a lot easier process for me when I'm locked up. But yeah, I got sent to prison. I spent like 60 to 90 days in county jail. And then I went to prison at RPF in Pine Bluff, Arkansas for 6 months. So I did about 10 months total behind bars, and it sucked. If you guys have any questions or you want if you want some different stories, ask me down below. I love interacting with you guys. I love sharing stories from my past. I love talking about the dumb shit I did in hopes to help you not do the same shit. That's why I tell you guys these stories, because I want you to learn from my mistakes. And also, don't forget to check out my series, Life After Meth Addiction, My MAT Journey, My Experience Losing Custody, and How I Helped My Loved One Get Sober. I have those 4 series linked right here. Love y'all.